You married Biggie when you wanted Tupac. That's hilarious.
Jaguar Wright has determined that Faith Evans needs to get her daily dose of reality. Oh, and when I told you all that, she really turned her faith on Faith Baby and was hanging Faith out to dry. Interview. Okay, so does that mean that people believe that Pac is Faith's baby daddy? Or where exactly is Jag going with all of this? As you are undoubtedly aware by now, Jag has been disclosing some pretty dark secrets about the entertainment industry, including how she has had to save a few lives and how people now despise her for what she has said. In her most recent interview, I could tell that she was a little more emotional, possibly due to pressure and people trying to get to her. But that didn't stop her from speaking the truth. One of the people Jag has been speaking about lately is Faith Evans, who claimed that Jag's claims about her have been hilarious. Honey, you know what Jaguar called hilarious.
You wanted Grammys, but you settled for ghostwriting for a Mary J. Blige. That's hilarious. You wanted to build real R&B divas franchise, and you settled for Stevie J and Mona Scott and Jocelyn Hernandez and The Masked Singer while he films you in your home, disrespecting you. That's hilarious.
I'm here for J.A., darn it, channeling her inner Kendrick Lamar with the poetry. Among the other things Jack said were that Faith Evans, one of the most talented female artists in the world, settled for a life that is so beneath her, and that Biggie's mother would have preferred that Biggie marry Lil' Kim because that person genuinely loved her son. However, what really caught people's attention was Jag's suggestion that Faith might not even be aware of her baby's father because she was having relationships with both Biggie and Tupac at the time of her pregnancy.
Hilarious is both of them that I know and kick it with that worked at Death Row that heard Pac in the booth and took pictures of your very high yellow ass.
Okay, for a bit of background about the relationship between Faith and Biggie, they met at a promotional photo shoot for Bad Boy Records in 1994, and while talking about how quickly they got married, Biggie once told Vibe, "I married her after knowing her 8 days, and I was happy that was my baby at the same time. With us being so spontaneous, we did it backwards." But when they were together, the relationship was pretty messed up to the point where Biggie was always cheating, and Faith even fought Lil' Kim numerous times because of Biggie allegedly. Well, her main hatred towards Kim at the time was because Kim and Biggie acted like they were like family, but they were really smashing allegedly. She even once told a story about how she went to Biggie's house around the holidays and caught him and Kim naked in bed. Then Big tried to convince Faith that he didn't sleep with Kim, but it was pretty obvious what was really going on there. To add on to that, there were also allegations that Biggie was putting his paws on Faith Baby. I'm not sure if this was what also led to Faith sleeping with other people, but there were reports that she hooked up with a few men behind Biggie's back, one of them being Diddy. I really don't know if there was anything going on there for sure, but when Faith Evans was asked about if there was any truth to the allegations that Diddy had something to do with Biggie's death, she offended did he.
What I know is that Puff would never have Big. Puff would never be involved in one of his best friends. That's outside of him being his artist. You know what I'm saying?
She also said that Faith believed no one could possibly put together the mystery of Biggie's untimely death with that conspiracy, and that their bond was unique, even though she had never had such a close relationship with Biggie.
I know without a doubt that if that's the case, then we would have sued Puff a long time ago.
Right.
If we felt that way. You don't think they haven't tried to get us to do that?
Yeah, I watched
I'm
the
just
episode
saying,
with
you know,
him.
in real life. But we know.
However, there is still a lot of people who think Faith Evans knows far more than she has disclosed about what really happened to Biggie and his relationship with Diddy. Additionally, there was a claim that Faith had an affair with Tupac while she was dating him, which clearly strained their relationship. Things got even worse when Faith worked with Tupac on a song and was even pictured with him, which sparked rumors that they were having an affair. However, when Faith was questioned about her involvement in the feud and her work with Tupac, this is what she had to say.
I didn't know Pac was signed to Death Row. You know what I'm saying? So I never would have agreed to do a song with him or go in the studio. When I went to the studio with Pac, when I met him, he said, I want to do a song with you. I told Big, he said, you want to do it? I said, yeah, if he got the money.
Faith was attempting to say that when she collaborated with Tupac, who was based in California where she was, she didn't know he was signed to Death Row Girl. The whole world knew. And that's how she said in more than one interview that she did not know Tupac was signed to Death Row and that she did not know about the beef for me. Apparently, Faith noticed something was off when she noticed that her recording session was full of people on the Death Row team, even though she wasn't aware of the conflict.
I mean, even though I didn't really know a lot of the details about what happened, but it was clear that he took a jab at Puff at the Source Awards and stuff like that. But I was pretty oblivious to a whole lot of the things that had gone on prior to that, you know, until probably a few years later, you know.
She further claimed that she was unaware that they were even having an affair. So why would she have to have her husband perform the song with Tupac if she didn't know they were having an affair? In addition, Faith discredited Tupac by claiming that when it came time for Pac to pay her the $25,000 she claimed she was due, she went to his hotel to pick it up, and Pac allegedly told her to give him a lower-class job.
In a very surprising and offensive way, for sure. But I mean, by that time, I think it was, you know, it was pretty clear to me that it, you know, that was all kind of, it seemed to me that was kind of like a plan, you know what I mean? Like, you've been kind of got, like, I kind of allowed myself to be played and allowed myself to get into this situation because this is totally not how I operate. That ain't how I do business. And that was never even, you know, up for discussion as far as that being an exchange. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it was.
Nevertheless, just as fans claimed that Faith had lied about not knowing about the argument, about not knowing that Pac had been placed on death row, about Biggie's relationship with Diddy, and about not hooking up with Pac when she was with Biggie, we all know that Faith has persisted in her denial that she ever had a sexual relationship with Pac, despite the fact that multiple witnesses have confirmed this, aside from Jaguar.
Now, I ain't one to gossip, but I seen this one with my own eyes. Faith Evans did screw Tupac. She got in the car with him that night when he left.
Naturally, it didn't help that Tupac intensified his accusations when he dropped it's possible that Faith slept with Tupac in retaliation for the humiliation Diggy had put her through with Kim. But the way she keeps denying it has led many to conclude that she is a pathological liar. According to Jaguar, the only reason Faith would respond with one word to all the allegations she has made against her is because she knows that whatever she has been saying is true. The knockout diss track hit him up. He took aim at Big with the scathing opening line that he hooked up with his wife. Biggie also rapped this in a song.
Response is you looking for someone to let you off the hook for something that you don't want to say. And at the end of the day, it is hilarious.
I'm curious about your thoughts on JAG exposing Faith's hooking up with Pac and lying about it. Do you think the affair with Pac was real, or do you believe Faith when she says she never hooked up with Pac? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Jag was saying that Faith needs to take a cue from their other cousin, Julie McKnight, and liberate herself by telling the truth. She also mentioned that Faith needs to get clean. Have you noticed how high Faith is in her interviews?